I'm back with another video. This video is going to just be kind of a get ready with me. I'm going to speed it up so you're not sitting here forever, but the exciting part about this video is that it is featuring this baby right here, the Becca x Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection Face Palette, and I am so excited to have this. And I just wanted to use it on camera for you guys because some of you are saying that you wanted to see me use it. And so I decided to just create this really pretty daytime look. I wanted to keep it neutral. I wanted to, believe me, but I had to add a pop of color in there. So I put a little bit of teal on the lower lid, or the lower lash line, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, this is the simple daytime look that I created for you guys, featuring this amazing palette. So yeah, if you enjoy this look and you want to see how I got it, just keep on watching. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy. Bye! So I'm going to be going in with the Nivea Men's Shave Balm as a primer. And you want to start off with a little bit of this and then build as you go, because it goes a very long way and it starts off watery, but then it gets tacky. So just be patient and rub it in. And I love this stuff because it smells so good. Now I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the shade Porcelain, and I'm going to be blending that around with a Real Techniques beauty sponge. And now I'm going to be concealing my under eye. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Fair, I believe. And I'm just going to do that in a triangular shape underneath my eye and blend that out with the pointed end of the sponge. I honestly really love this concealer, guys. I wasn't sure about how good it would be, but I heard people saying that it was pretty good and I started seeing it everywhere, so I thought, why not give it a try? And I honestly fell in love with it. It's all I use now. And I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm going to be contouring using the NYX Wonder Stick, and I'm just going to draw that contour line. If I did this too fast and you have trouble following, I did just do a how-to contour video, and if you need to see how I contoured my cheeks and this went too fast or wasn't clear enough, then you can just go back to that and I'll show you how to do all of that. Now I'm just going to blend it out with a clean part of that same sponge, and then I'm going to be setting the under eye with the Airspun powder from the drugstore. You can use any translucent powder that works for you, but this is what I use. And I'm not going to be baking necessarily. I know that it looks like I put a lot, but I just kind of blended it out as I went and then went forward. So you just want to set the under eye and then take a powder brush, just a big fluffy brush, and set your entire face. I like to do this so that when I go in with my bronzer or my powder contour or whatever I use after that, it doesn't look choppy or muddy or anything. So now for the best part, I'm going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill and Becca Cosmetics face palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Amaretto. I'm going to be using it as a bronzer, but it's warm enough to use as a blush as well, so it's just kind of up to you, but I'm going to be using it as a bronzer, and then I'm going to be putting the shade Pamplemousse on top of it as a blush, just to try out some more colors in the palette. I just wanted to see how it looked on my skin, and I'm actually really pleased with it. So I'm just going to be taking any brush, honestly, and I'm just going to put Pamplemousse on my cheekbones just to add a little bit more blushiness to the cheeks. And now I'm going to be highlighting using Champagne Pop on a Morphe M501 brush. And after that, that is going to be it for the face. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see up closer when I do my eyeshadow. And I'm going to be using the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. I'm sorry that was such a terrible display of the product, guys. I'm horrible. I'll get better. But I'm going to be using that bronzer, and I'm going to be using that as a transition shade for the next eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. And I'm just going to blend that around in my crease. I used this because I wanted it to have a little bit more of a brown tone, because the next shade that I add is slightly more red, and I didn't want to add that on its own because this makes it look a little bit more natural. So I'm just going to blend that around in the crease. You can use this by itself, honestly. Hoola is such an amazing crease color for when you're just doing a simple daytime look. And next I'm going to be using this shade that I didn't even show you because I'm so terrible at this, but it's just a reddish brown, kind of like mahogany type shade. And I'm going to be blending that into the crease in the same place with the same brush, just to kind of add a little bit more of a red tint to my crease color. And the next thing we're going to be using is the Urban Decay / Gwen Stefani eyeshadow palette. I love this palette, guys. I'm going to be using the shade Bathwater on just any flat brush. This one is from my Naked 2 palette. And I'm going to be dipping that in the product, and then I'm going to be spraying my brush lightly with a mixture of glycerin and rose water. It just makes the eyeshadow that you're applying stand out a little bit more and stay on a little bit better. And this doesn't work with matte shades. I haven't tried it, but I imagine that it would make it just look a little bit choppy and hard to blend. But it works really, really nicely for any shadow that has a slight sheen to it, because those tend to be a little bit more creamy. So as long as the shadow that you're using has a slight sheen to it, wetting your brush is going to have an amazing effect on the way that your eyeshadow applies. And if you get any eyeshadow in your crease, any of your lid eyeshadow in your crease, then you can just go back and blend that in with that same crease brush that you use, and you'll be good to go. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm using a black felt tip eyeliner from Sephora. I don't remember how much it costed or what it's called exactly, but it is my absolute favorite liquid eyeliner with a felt tip that I've ever used, and I've tried so many, guys. This has lasted me so long and still goes on so well, and it stays really nicely, and it's just perfect for me. And it's really precise. You can make as thin of a line as you want, which is perfect for days like this where I don't want my liner to be all that thick, but I still want it to kind of stand out, so it's really nice for that. I know that it's not any more than like $18. I feel like it was 14, but I don't remember because I've had it for a while. One tip that I can give you for doing winged liner is get them as symmetrical as possible, but don't try to make them absolutely perfect, because I can tell you right now, they won't be. So just get it as close as you can and then leave it, because if you try to fix it and make it absolutely perfect, likely you're going to just mess it up even more and it sucks. So just get it the best you can and then you're good to go. Next I'm going to be doing my brows using the Sephora brow pencil in the shade Midnight Brown, like always. And I'm going to be filling in my brows. And you guys have seen me do this before, so I went pretty quickly through it. I don't like to conceal underneath and on top of my brows to make that crisp line that a lot of people do. It's just not my preference. I think that it can look nice on some people, but I like my brows to look a little bit more natural, so I choose to just fill them in and then brush them out and then leave it at that. But if you are the type that likes to conceal your brows, you definitely want to consider doing it before you do your eyeshadow, so that once you do your eyeshadow, it looks a lot more natural and you don't have this weird line of concealer underneath your brow. Even if you blend it out, it can still be noticeable, so just be careful with that. But now I'm just going to brush that out, and then the next thing that I'm going to be doing is curling my lashes and prepping them for mascara. I prefer to curl my lashes even if I'm not going to be using falsies. Actually, especially if I'm not going to be using falsies, because I want my lashes to hold up on their own as well as possible. And I'm not going to be doing falsies today. You can if that's your choice, but I was getting ready for work, so I didn't really want to apply false lashes. But that is definitely something that I would do at any other time. Next thing I'm going to be doing is putting a pop of teal in the lower lash line. And at this part, it really starts to look similar to a look that Jaclyn Hill did a few years back. It was like a springtime pop of color tutorial or something like that. And I love her, but I did not copy this from her. Just in case it starts to look like that, I'm sorry. I intended on having a completely neutral eye. I promise I did. But I just had the urge to use this teal, and so I just put it under there. And you can switch it out for a neutral if you don't really like the pop of color. But I just wanted to make that clear so no one assumed that I was copying her and making it my own. This was completely random, and I didn't realize it until later. But yeah, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is putting a white eyeliner in the waterline, just to make the eyes pop a little bit more and open them up a little bit more. You can do black underneath if you want, or you can leave it blank, or you can do a nude pencil under there. It's really your choice, but I just did this to open up the eyes since it's more of a daytime look. And now I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lashes. There's the final eye look. Just a little bit more close up so you guys can see. And now I'm going to be doing my lips. I'm going to go in with a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I really love this formula. I don't remember what this shade is called, but I love these. They lay so nicely and they smell so good, and they blend really, really well too with other products. So I'm going to be applying that, and then I'm going to be applying a nude gloss on top. just because this was a little bit too pink for me, and I really wanted to go for something a little bit more nude. So I'm going to be going in with Angel Cake Lip Gloss by Gerard Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that to my lips and then just blend it out with my finger. And it still wasn't quite nude enough for me, so I applied a little bit more and just blended it out again. And after that, your look is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!